have understood how to do selection in 4 different ways. That is all the 4 different tabs what we have. Okay. Now next what we are going to learn is the feature called feather. Now here you can see the feather is here, right? Why it is used. What happens is whenever you are selecting any particular thing and pasting it somewhere else, Control C, Control N for the new file, change the file size, create and paste. When you're pasting this, you can see the edges are quite hard and we don't want that edges. Okay, we don't want that hard edges. Once when we don't want these hard edges, we have to apply the feathering. What is feathering? Feathering is adding transparency on the edges or adding softness with the transparency on the edges. Okay, feathering is adding softness with the transparency on the edges. Now how that works, see. 1 point feathering has to be given prior doing your selection. Before you actually do your selection, you have to give feathering. So the value of feathering I can specify here as 25 pixels and I will select this portion. How do you know the feathering has been applied? The corner becomes round. Okay, once the corner becomes round, that means there is a feathering value which has been given to it. So what I have given is at present 25 pixels of feathering. How it works? Control C and paste it on the new file. So Control V. Now here you can see the edges are transparent, okay, and soft. So this is feathering. Okay. Now the feathering value can increase with a number. So copy and paste. So the feathering has increased. But if I give less value, say for example 5 pixels, the feathering is less. So as per your requirement, the amount of feathering can be increased or decreased so that your desired softness for your object can be achieved. Okay. Now next to feathering, what we see is style. Style is normal. Now, by default, it's always normal. Reason, because when it is normal, you are able to draw your rectangle or rectangular marquee tool in the way you want. You can elongate it. You can squeeze and squash it the way you want. The way you want your rectangle to be, you can do that easily with style normal. Okay. But if you are giving fixed ratio, then you have to specify what should be the width part and what should be the height part. Say width I want 2 and the height I want 1. That is 2 part by 1 part. Okay. So it will be always 2:1. Okay. In 2:1 ratio it is going to work. So you can increase the size of the rectangle, but you cannot squeeze it further. Okay. So every time you create that rectangle, it will be of 2:1 ratio only. Next, we have fixed size. So specify the size. Say I am putting up here as 100 pixels by 100 pixels. So we get 100 pixels by 100 pixels. See here. So we'll zoom and see after the selection, and we get 100 pixels by 100 pixels of selection every time. So this is your fixed size with the option of addition. Okay. So here we have seen all the features what's associated with your rectangular marquee tool. Just revising it. New selection allows you to add once. Add to the selection allows you to add with the previous selection. Subtract will be removing overlapping portion. Intersect will remove the intersect will keep the overlapping portion and rest of the things will be removed. Feathering is adding transparency and softness on the edges. The more number of pixels for feathering you're specifying, you will get more feathering. And the style is having normal, fixed ratio and fixed size options. So your normal is whenever you want to create your rectangle free-handedly, you have to have normal. But if it's fixed size, So then you have to specify the ratio like 2:1 or 1:1, and that ratio can be done from here, and then we have the fixed size. So this is what all the options with your rectangular marquee tool. Now let's jump to the second type of marquee tool. The second type of marquee tool here is your elliptical marquee tool. All the options are absolutely same like rectangular marquee tool, only difference is it's an elliptical form. It's an oval form. Okay, so yeah, let's see. So I'm selecting this portion, Control C, come to new page and paste. So it's elliptical form. New selection allows me to add only once an ellipse. Again, we have add to the selection, which will allow you to add to the previous selection. And this way you can add and create a beautiful cutout for your image. Okay. Subtract will remove the overlapping portion, and intersect will keep the overlapping portion, and rest of the things will be removed. Okay. The same thing, feathering, 20 pixels of feathering. Before, and I have to give copy and paste, so we get the soft edges. Then we have the style as normal. Once we have the normal size, okay, once we have the normal size, we are able to make ellipse the way we want. We can pull and push and increase or decrease the size we want. Second is your fixed ratio. You have to specify, because it's an ellipse, so we can have the width and height the way we want. It's 1:1, so we'll get the perfect circle. But if it's 2:1 or 1:2, it will be of that proportion. So 2:1, it will be always 2:1. And then fixed size. So we specify the fixed size, and that will be there. Okay. So I'm increasing like 200 pixels by 200 pixels. So I'll be getting, add to the selection, and I'll be getting that particular fixed size. So this is how I can create some designs. Control C, Control V. I get this pattern here. Okay, so I think I'm clear with this. The rest options are same like rectangular marquee tool. We have elliptical marquee. There are two tools which are down, the single row marquee tool and single column marquee tool. So this is basically used for single line as a row and single line as a column. Now single line, what is the measurement? It's 1 pixel of feathering. How it happens? See, I'll take this single row, click. So one single row has been selected. One single row, that is width of 1 pixel. So I'll zoom and show you. So this is a selection, and when I zoom it, you can see carefully that only 1 pixel has been selected. Okay, so this is how we can divide our image in absolutely edge to edge half. Or if I want to scale it, this particular thing, so go to select, transform selection. Okay, and then I can scale this the amount I want. Okay, enter, Control minus, add a new layer and fill color, so I get the demarcation of the line. Okay, the other creative stuff what you can create in this is, with this you can put it on add to the selection and just go on adding these lines. So I'm simply adding the lines, that is row. Now because the zoom level is less, we are not able to see the lines, but as soon as we'll magnify this, we will be seeing all the lines. Now what I need to do is, I need to have the compact selection where I want my character to be seen with detail. So I'm going to add a little more lines here. So these are your horizontal lines, horizontal selection, what's called row selection. Just keep on adding. What it is doing is it's selecting only 1 pixel width of your image. Okay, so simply I'll do. So this way you are going to create a complete selection. Wherever you want the details of the image to be copied, you are going to make this row in compact manner. Okay, so simply take this, copy, Control N, enter, Control V. In the line you can see that image is there. So let's zoom and see. So it has come. It needs to be more compact. What I'll do is I'll change the color to black. Now can you see this image? Okay, so this is the image which comes. Now what I've done, I had a very dispersed selection. If you're going to do more compact selection, there will be more clarity and more visibility on the image. Okay, so can be little creative about this. Similar way you can do it in the column form also. Okay, so these are things what we have understood in selection process in the rectangular marquee tool, elliptical marquee tool, single row and single column. Okay, next in next class we will be doing lasso tool, polygonal lasso tool, magnetic lasso tool, which is another form of selection. So that's it for today. Please practice this with selection tool, rectangular and marquee tool, and different ways of adding and subtracting. You can create beautiful collage with the photographs what you have. Okay, so please practice this, and that's it for today. Thank you.